It's my pleasure to get to step in for Whitney this week to introduce this week's featured presenter. Keahi is most proud of the growth of his business over the past few years and his ability to be adaptable to changes or to challenges, both personally and professionally. Keahi is most proud of his relationships, including his personal friendships, professional relation or profession, personal friendships, friendships, and he feels lucky to have mentors that he has in life. Keahi is also very active in sports, including snowboarding and basketball. In fact, most people might not know that Keahi has been on multiple basketball leagues, including Portland League and the Asian Basketball League. Please join me in welcoming our very own Keahi Ho with Quility Life Insurance as he presents on life insurance with living benefits. Keahi, the floor is yours. I'll give you a 2-minute warning.
Kind words, kind of a stretch of the truth, but thanks for that. Thanks for that, Sean. All right, cool. Let me share my screen and we can kind of jump into a quick little presentation that I want to show everybody. Anybody see my screen?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Darn it. Hold on one sec. It's like a first timer. Right on. Everybody can see it. Cool. Sweet. So if pretty much everybody knows me on this that is on this call, but if you don't, my name is Keahi. I'm the life insurance agent for the group, and today I'm going to be talking about some living benefits, life insurance. So great thing. Here's those pictures from Spain that I wanted to share. Right, I think I saw it somewhere in the chat. Just got back from a Spain trip with my family. It was amazing. It was so fun. If you haven't been, definitely need to make it. Here's my family here, my sisters, my mom, their significant others. We had a great time. Quick videos or quick pics of some sites, right? Tons of cathedrals. This was in Barcelona. This is a roundabout in Barcelona as well. And then we went to a night market. Tons of good food. It was such a fun time. So highly encourage everybody. If you haven't been, you definitely got to make it there. Now, anyways, a little bit about me. Probably have seen this before, but effectively, I've been in the life insurance space with helping families out with their life insurance since 2015. I'm all across the gamut. Like I work with people that have single income, dual income, parents, people that have dependents, right? Business owners, small business owners, elderly, right? We do final expense, mortgage protection, we do just basic life insurance, right? Some cash value life insurance, all of that, some strategies there. And licensed in multiple states, right? So I have a big reach. I can help clients wherever they can be reached by a cell phone. And I've helped a lot of people out, right, with at least consulting them on their life insurance. Well, today's topic is going to be about life insurance nowadays, right? Couple questions for everybody, right? If you know anybody that has passed away, put a 1 in the chat. Like put a 1. Now, if you know anybody that has had a like a heart attack, cancer, stroke, passed away, put a 2 in the chat. And if you know anybody that has had a heart attack, cancer, stroke, but lived, put a 3 in the chat. Big question that comes up, right? What if I had a heart attack and die? How's my family going to be affected, right? If I got diagnosed with cancer, if I got a terminal illness and I died from that, how would my family be financially affected? Another big follow-up question is, hey, if I had a heart attack, a cancer, a stroke, but I lived, how would that affect my family financially? Huge question. That's a huge question, right? Well, the cool thing nowadays, right, is that life insurance not only just has a death benefit. We all know that. We have life insurance that has living benefits nowadays. Think of it like this, right? Old car versus a new car, right? Like an 86 Honda Accord that's a stick shift 4-cylinder versus a Tesla, right? Where, hey, if I die too soon, my death benefit's going to pay out. It's going to pay out asterisk next to tax-free. It's actually income tax-free. Life insurance death benefits are income tax free. If you have 100 grand death benefit, you died, that 100 grand is going to pay out to your family, and they don't have to pay any income tax on that, which is a great thing, right? Direct deposited to them. But nowadays, what will I use for a financial resource if I'm seriously sick or injured? Life insurance plans nowadays have benefits there. And if you have life insurance now, question I got to ask is, do you have life insurance that has living benefits? If that's a question mark in your mind, you better, that's, it's a good thing to review, right? To talk to me about. There we go. Here's some stats, right, on just kind of like illnesses, right, medical emergencies, medical impairments, right. 6 out of 10 Americans will have at least one chronic disease, right? Think like diabetes, right? Think something like kidney related, liver related, right? Stroke occurs every 40 seconds in the US. We all know that. Big thing. Well, life insurance now will cover you in the event of a terminal illness, chronic illness. You get early onset Alzheimer's, if you have a critical illness or critical injury, if you can qualify for it, right? I got to throw that little asterisk in there. But those are options for everybody now, right? That's just how it is this day and age, which is huge. You didn't have this prior to like 2015, 2016. How it works. If you have a qualifying event, you're able to take an advance of your death benefit. You have $1 million policy up to a certain extent. If you have any of those ailments, you can file a claim and you can pull some money out of your policy and you can use to, cover those medical expenses, right? Buy that Tesla you always wanted, take the family around the world, take the family to Spain if you want, right? Like that's available for you nowadays. What is a terminal illness, right? If you get diagnosed with an impairment like stage 4 pancreatic cancer, that you're going to be, the doctor says you're probably not going to live for, you're outside of 12 months, right? That's considered a terminal illness. Almost all life insurance policies now, they have that, right? Where you can accelerate almost the entire amount of your death benefit and use that while you're living, so you can enjoy it with your family, right? And handle your affairs, and then the remaining amount is going to pay out to your beneficiary. Well, now you have critical illness and injury rider. If you ever, critical illness, if you had a renal failure, right? Got diagnosed with ALS, you need an organ transplant, right? Heart valve replacement. Those are all triggering events where if you have a life insurance policy with living benefits, you can access that, and if you get critically injured too, you get into a coma, you get severe burns, you get a TBI, right? Think of, knock on wood, if anybody ever had a, like a really bad, accident, right? Critical injury, that's serious, and if you have a life insurance policy that has that, you can access those funds, right? Here, an interactive. What is 40% of $250,000? Does anybody know? If you do, put it in the chat. Great story here. Great story. A client, up in Seattle, he had this life insurance policy with National Life Group. Angela actually has a policy with National Life Group that I was able to help her with earlier this year. Well, he got the policy in 2020. He had a minor stroke in 2021. Didn't know his policy had this. We did a policy review. I called him, and then come to find out that happened, that minor stroke. Scary, right? But he's still able to work and all of that, which is great. But he was able to file a claim. And the greatest thing about this is he had a $250,000 death benefit. He got approved to access up to 40% of that to use while he's living. And guess what? He was able to get a check for 100 grand, and he used that to pay off the remaining balance of his mortgage. He was very, very happy about that, right? So what can $100,000 do for everybody on this call? If you had a stroke, if you had a major medical event, right, like a medical emergency, and you got a check for 100 grand, what can that do for yourself? And what can that do for your business? And what can that do for your family? Think about that. So, in essence, right, with this carrier here, my client Gary was able to pay off his mortgage, and wife was really, really happy about that, and he was super stoked. And he didn't know about that because he had a policy that he didn't know had that, right? So all in all, one question for everybody that's on this call, is 19 people. Does your life insurance coverage have living benefits? If it does, great. If it doesn't, reach out to me and then we can review that and we can look at your options. Thank you, everybody.